Hello, my name is David Baker, and I'm running to be Maury County Mayor. The main thing that I would like to do is to help Maury County to be the best place in the world to raise a family. It has been for us and for many other people, but there are dangers. One of the most important things that is going on are the drugs. There's no way Maury County can be the best place to raise a family if it's filled with drugs, and it is. Just this last year, 31 people died of a drug overdose. 31 people just this last year. The emergency room visits for drug overdoses is up 40%. And from the last year to year before, it was up 45%. Just in the last 2 years, it's up 85% in the emergency room for drug overdose, plus 31 deaths. That's wrong. Enough is enough. We have got to do something. We need to put together a coalition of churches, parents, friends, government, law enforcement, to be able to see what can be done. This is something that I've worked with for the past 28 years. And boy, so much more can be done with this. We're seeing incredible things. As a chaplain at the jail, I heard the sheriff say this last week, 98% of everyone in that jail is either alcohol or drug related. 98%. It's crazy. If we could help the drug problem, what it would do just for our budget, the sheriff's department is the second highest budget item for Maury County. What would we do if we could help half of those guys get off drugs and never come back? What would that do to our town, to our community? What would that do to our children, to our sons, and to our daughters? It is a mess. It's an epidemic. Are there answers? Absolutely. To hear the testimonies and stories and follow the campaign, you'll hear them, of guys that have been on drugs forever, guys that have been on drugs for 20, 30 years that are done, over, clean, doing right, job, life restored, relationships restored, license restored. It's amazing what's happening. And we want to do that so much more. The last couple of weeks, I've asked guys in survey, and I've done it for years, is how old were they when they first got started? The classes that I just asked and have the stats on, the youngest was 8. The average was 12 to 13. 12 to 13 years old. Hey, if we're going to help the drug problem, guess what? You can't just do it at the jail. We have to help in the schools. We have to help in the homes. We have to help in the churches. We have to understand what's happening, how many people are dying, and how many lives are being destroyed. How many parents are having to go to the funerals and say goodbye to their loved one. I've been there too many times, and it is not easy. It is not good. Too many good people, good families are losing their children, and grandparents losing their grandchildren. That should not happen. Sometimes people think, oh, yeah, that's just the bad people. No, it's not. It happens to everybody. From the richest to the poor, to the nobodies to the somebodies, that's what the world calls them. It affects everyone. I had a really good mom and dad. They never drank, smoked, or cussed. Dad was a deacon, mom's a Sunday school teacher. And guess what? Their son, me, got in the wrong crowd in high school and got into alcohol and then in drugs. Wow, it happened, yes. I got help. I'm done. Haven't touched anything in 33 years. Haven't had a drop of alcohol or any drug in 33 years. Don't miss it, don't want it. But that gave me a heart to help people who do, who struggle. When I was talking to the guys about how old they were, 12 to 13 years old, the average. Then I asked them this question. So how many of you, marijuana was your first drug you used? In one class I taught, every hand, 15 guys, every hand, the first drug they used was marijuana. The second class I asked how many, every hand but 2. And the 2, it was opioids. And they were the only 2 guys that did not start using drugs as a young person. They started in their 20s. And in their 20s, they went right to opiates instead of starting with marijuana. We need to understand what's going on in our schools. Oh, it's just weed. That's what people say. But yet, it's not just weed. Weed isn't good. Weed is bad. But where they went, if you knew how much heroin was in town and how cheap it was, and meth, how cheap it is, and how they're using that and destroying their lives. Can something be done? Absolutely. In Hohenwald, right down the road, 12 churches got together and said, we're going to do something. Enough's enough. There's hope in Hohenwald. Guess what? We need to do that in Maury County. And as your county mayor, we will put together the best coalition. Hey, I work with the sheriff's department. The sheriff's an awesome guy. I work with pastors, and we have ministry to help. I wrote a book to help the guys to not go back to jail, to fix those problems that are caused by those alcohol and drugs. Now we put the schools together, parents together, with the government together. Guess what? We can put together an incredible coalition and make Maury County the best place in the world to raise our children. How come? Because the drugs that are flowing freely are not. Yes, there are federal things that need to be done, the porous border and all the drugs coming over there. That needs to be done, and we need to, on a federal level, vote for people that are going to put a wall up and enforce the law and make sure the drugs don't get over here. That needs to be done. But as county mayor, that will not be my authority. I can't make that happen. But we can do something in Maury County to be able to help the drug issue. Please help. Please support. Please vote. Please pass it on to your friends and family. It is a pandemic of drugs, and we need to stop it. God bless you, and thank you.